Hey everyone, I'm the Rev, and if I can guarantee you one thing in this video, it's incident and talking points. Now, I had one chance only to run this race this week, and rather than stick with the Toyota, which I was familiar with, I jumped straight into the Peugeot, a car that I was completely unfamiliar with, and a car that I had never driven one lap around COTA before the qualifying session. Here we go. Look up, we're away. Got me by surprise. Zero practice in a new car. What's the worst that can happen?
You're in the middle.
Trying a bit of contact there on the brakes. It's happened immediately, straight away, on the brakes, into the back of the Toyota. Completely missed my braking point. That's totally on me. I'm going to go up there, I'm not stupid. Settle down now with cold tyres. Didn't like the contact at the start, but I think there was much I could do.
Okay, Mans.
Once the race has settled down a bit, I will come back and we'll have a look at the start. Like we'll have a look at all the incidents throughout this race. I'm tucked up now behind the Porsche as we head down into the hard braking zone. He's just on the brakes earlier than I expected. I'm still on the brakes, but I still managed to tap him. Need to sort that out. Heavy on the brakes there. That's my fault. Should be accounting for that. Got away with two of those now. Right. Drop him. Get on with it.
On your right. Clear right.
He's really early on the brakes, him. He was indeed early, but we got a nice clean move on him. No need to be so early. He says as he spins it. I've lost the rear of the Peugeot. What a muppet. Go after the Toyota. After the Toyota. Let's go. But we've safely rejoined and we're not a quitter, so we're going to crack on. We've now got some work to do. We certainly have, Rev. Let's have a look at the start. For some reason, the green light seemed to catch me by surprise. Why on earth I wasn't expecting a green light at the start of a race, I'll never know. But I'm too late onto the brakes, and I'm just going to catch the back of the Toyota. Oh, I'm so sorry, mate. That's totally my bad. Let's have one more look, riding on board with the Toyota himself. You can see my Peugeot there. Great looking car. Really great looking car. But I'm too late on the brakes. In the second phase of braking. Oh dear. I'm so sorry, mate. I really am. Let's rejoin our race on lap 3, and I've put a couple of decent laps in, so much so that I'm now back with the pack. 11 laps of fuel. We're not going to need 14. Start bringing that down. He's just gone a bit wide. This is going to be now very, very dangerous, trying to pick my way through here. 14th to 17th, they were having their own little fight, and this was going to be very dangerous trying to manoeuvre past these if we could.
Fastest lap from Martins, 152.5.
How hard are these lads going to fight it? Well, I'd expect, Rev, they're not going to let you walk past. Why should they?
6. Close on lap 13.
We can get past these lads. We're still looking at a half decent result. Big crash, big crash.
One is clear. We think that.
Massive crash. It all helps us. It certainly does help us. We're up to 15th. Let's have a quick look. What on earth has happened there? This all starts with the Lamborghini driver through the S's, just loses the rear. The rear tyre's now the red hot. As he tries to save it, he spins it again. Unfortunately, he's now sat on the apex, just waiting for the BMW. From the TV cameras, it's clear to see the BMW minding his own business, heading through the S's. Unfortunately, he's about to meet a Lamborghini. He sees it, loses the rear as he tries to take avoiding action, but it's a big, big accident. Try and stick with these two Ferraris. These are battling. Very early on the brakes. Come on, Peugeot, what have we got? Try and recover from an absolute disaster. It was indeed an absolute disaster of a start, but I was confident we could recover some kind of result from this. Wide again from the Ferrari. At this point, I remember thinking that I was starting to get held up a little bit by these Ferraris. However, I needed to try and strike a balance between getting my elbows out and not getting held up. And unfortunately, I think my elbows may have ended up a little too wide on more than one occasion. Just getting held up a little bit. Too late on the brakes, nearly. Too late.
15th place.
Fastest middle sector of anybody, God knows how we've done that. Online sim racing anxiety, it's real for the Rev, as you can see. But often I'm smiling, I'm laughing, even when I'm about to lose the car. I think it's undeniable that I love this hobby to bits. Still think a top 10 finish could potentially be on. But just then, as I open my big mouth just in time, I managed to tap the back of the Ferrari, and that says that I've passed him illegally. Can't have that, so we need to let him back past.
Still there. Still there. Clear left.
That was my bad again. Looking at it now in the edit, I think I was a bit naughty there. I didn't let him back past as much as I could. I just let him get his nose ahead, and then I passed him again. But we didn't pass him illegally, we gave it him back. Let's go. Well, you sort of gave him it back, Rev, in a fashion. As I say, looking at it now in the edit, I could have given him the position properly. Big lock up ahead from somebody. Oh, they are having a battle. He's took him out. He's massively took him out. That was deliberate. We'll have a look at that one. What you've just witnessed there, you don't want to see in a split one race. Don't get me wrong, I've been far from perfect this race. Far from perfect. But I haven't done anything purposely with intention. Let's have a look at what's just happened. Looking back at the replay, this all starts a good few corners behind. At the end of the straight, the Ferrari, he brakes too late, ends up running wide, and then as we head into the right-hander, the doors open, the Toyota, he gives the Ferrari a little bit of a nudge, but it's nothing major. However, the Ferrari driver, he's clearly upset by it, as the side-by-side coming out to the left-hander, the Ferrari, he keeps turning left and spins the Toyota. That's absolutely pathetic, mate. Right, I've got 9 laps of fuel. 6. I'll start doing the maths. Let's try and catch this lad. 11th position. That was the job now, to close the gap to 11th position. And luckily, within a couple of laps, that's exactly what we'd managed to do. We are a bit faster here than the Toyota. That doesn't mean anything. 7 laps in though, I do have to say that I was really starting to like this Peugeot. I wasn't as fast as I was in the Toyota, but I still liked it. 8 laps of fuel, I think. We'll see how it goes. Catching the GT3s. This is where it's going to get interesting.
Slower class car ahead. Car right. Right side's clear.
Thanks for jumping out the way, pal. We are going to be courteous to the GT3s.
Okay, Matt, you've used half your fuel.
Six laps of fuel, or energy rather.
Tire temperatures look good.
Come on, Peugeot. Come on, Peugeot.
Right side. Clear right. Left side. Clear left.
Well done, mate. Can't get it stopped in time. Don't fight too much. We are catching these lads ahead.
Sector 3, yellow flag.
Cheers, Mustang.
Left side. Clear left. We can see.
I was saying thank you there to the Mustang for getting out the way, but what I'd completely missed was the fact that I'd gained a position due to a little bit of an incident involving that Mustang. Let's have a look. Riding on board with the GT3 Mustang, the Hyper Porsche, he's gone past, but he's also been passed by the Ferrari, and for some reason he just cuts across the front of the GT3. Getting back to our race, it's lap 9 and we're now chasing a top 10 spot in the Toyota of R. Baker.
Sector 3 is clear. Green flag.
Not the finest you'll ever see, but it'll do. .5 laps of virtual energy. As we ride on board with me now into the big braking zone, concentrating on the GT3, I've missed my braking zone and I clatter into the Toyota. Thankfully, I don't spin him out. But I'm afraid this is one of those moments where the elbows were out a bit too much. I try and sneak up the inside, but I'm already as far right as I could go and he wanted the racing line. Luckily, that didn't end in tears for both of us. Looking at it now in the edit, if I had my time to go over again, I'd have got out the throttle before that contact ever occurred. Due to that little scrap a couple of corners earlier with Baker, I thought that I was going to have a decent battle on my hands trying to get past this Toyota. However,
Sector 3 is clear.
oh my word, he's gone. He's gone. The massive exhale from the Rev says it all. What was going to be a massive battle with the Toyota has ended in a spin. Let's have a look what happened. Heading down into the final corner, it's very easy to do. He's just on the power that bit too early. And it's gone, it's round 360 degrees. rejoining our race on lap 11, and I've closed the gap to the Ferrari in 9th. Up behind the Ferrari and the Caddy.
Front tyres.
Don't see many Caddies. If these two want to have a little fight though. If these two want to have a fight, that'd be fantastic. I'd certainly take 8th position. From being in 18th after that spin on the first lap, I'd certainly take 8th position. I'd bite your hand off.
You're halfway home. Should be about 3 laps of fuel left.
Big snap from the Ferrari.
Car left. Clear left.
Don't want to throw it up there. You certainly don't, Rev, because that would have ended badly for all concerned. So good choice, pal. If there's one thing I liked about this Peugeot compared to the Toyota, I felt that it had really good front end and great traction. As we headed over the crest, I was now on the back of this Ferrari. Tuck right up under the rear wing, he doesn't defend it, nice and late on the brakes. Good front end, nice turning, and straight on the power. Got the move done on the Ferrari.
Nicely done.
Up to 9th.
Car in front of us is new power.
2 more laps after this of fuel. Nearly got cleaned out by the Ferrari. Chase down the Caddy. You don't often see many Cadillacs in Le Mans Ultimate online. Well, I haven't anyway. It's been a bit of a shame because I like the car, it looks great and it sounds fantastic. As we came out to the final turn, the traction was good. We've got a decent run now on this Cadillac. Tucked up under the rear wing. He doesn't defend it. And it's a decent little move into turn 1.
Clear right.
We're up to 7th.
That's the stuff.
With the move on the Caddy. 7th place was a fantastic position to be in, especially after that spin. However, I hadn't practiced the pit stop or the pit entry, so this was going to be interesting.
About 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes. Track temperature's decreased.
We're stopping now.
36 Celsius. The guy in front is Tom. You should have plenty of space on the exit. When you exit the pit,
We're putting 8 laps of fuel in.
12.
Nearly missed that completely then. Faffing about with how much fuel I was putting in, I nearly missed my pit box completely. Not to mention the fact that I was on the pit limiter about 300 metres before I needed to be. I'd lost some time on this pit stop. And when we came out the pits, that was proven to be the case. I'd lost 2 positions, to the Ferrari and to the Cadillac, and it took me to lap 17 to catch those 2 back up. I had all that work to do again, but we'd done it once, so could we do it again? Heading into the final sector, the Ferrari was wide, and he wasn't wide once, he was wide again. I was certainly confident that I could get past this Ferrari once more.
There's a group of slower cars ahead. These guys are busy fighting each other.
Gonna get dicey now with this Ferrari.
Clear right. You've got half your fuel left. Car right.
Was a late move from the Ferrari there.
Car
Round the outside, well played. Looking at it again, there was a slight move to the left from the Ferrari in the braking zone, but nothing untoward, and then he went round the outside of me in the S's like an absolute champ. Great driving, mate. See if we can get him on the exit. Super close there with the GT3 Mustang. Should I have gone to the right hand side then rather than left? I think the left hand side, that was the racing line, so should I have gone to the right?
Still there. Clear left.
This is getting dicey, this.
Slower class car. Car to your right.
Very wide from the Ferrari.
Still there. Clear left. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left.
He's struggling.
Left side. Clear left.
We've got him.
Okay, Matt. The next car is
2 bites of that apex. We were back in 8th position, but Neubauer, he was 3.9 seconds up the road. With 4 minutes left of this race, there was work to be done. 4 minutes. What can we do about Neubauer? Anything or nothing. Well, by the start of lap 20, that 4-second gap, that was now 1.2 seconds. If I could avoid any mistakes, this was going to come down to a move on the final lap if we could get it done. Well, that was messy.
time to overheat.
Come on, Peugeot. What have you got? This race overall had been a bit of a disjointed mess. However, the Peugeot, that was the shining light. I'd really enjoyed driving this car, and it felt good to try another car rather than just jump straight into the Toyota because that's what I'm used to. Variety, it's the spice of life.
Car ahead. Stay class leader. Acknowledged. Pit stop requested. There'll be traffic on the exit. When we leave the pits, we think we'll be in P40. Car right. Right side's clear.
He's wide.
Okay, crew is ready. On your right. Clear right.
Last lap.
Fuel for this lap.
1 lap to go. This is going to be tight, lads. He's lost it. Pressure's told. He's lost it.
Clear right. Well done, Matt.
Short shift.
Keep it up.
Oh no, I felt the Cadillac's pain. To lose it there, I would have been absolutely gutted if that were me. However, this wasn't done yet. I had 0.9 laps of virtual energy left. I was going to have to try and save a little bit and also keep the Cadillac behind. This was not done. Still close though. Fire us out of there, Peugeot, come on. What a rescue drive this would be. If you like what I do on the channel, please do hit that like and subscribe button. It just means that my content might get recommended to somebody like you, and that helps me out. And if it helps me out, then it means I can continue to do this for longer. I really appreciate every single subscriber. Thank you. Otto's going to try and throw it up the inside of me there. It's knocked me off. I ran wide. This was the chance, but he thought better than going up the inside. Thank God for that. Great driving there from the caddy. Oh my god, that was close.
Meters remaining. P7 does the finish. Well,
And across the line for P7. Wow.
car left, clear left.
That was nuts. That was indeed nuts. Let's try and practice next week, Rev, shall we? As always, I've been the Reverend. Thank you very much for watching.